Alright, we are live. Um, we have one person watching right now. You'll probably have a few more joining in the next few minutes. So this is mainly going, to be a tropical cover stream, although we might cover severe weather some. In my opinion, they should have issued a 5% tornado risk for today. But they ended up not doing that. I disagree with them on this, but we'll see how this event plays out. If it should have warranted one, I personally think it should have. We do have good conditions out there. We will talk about that after we talk about the tropical weather. And then we look at missile analysis, and then we might start some severe weather coverage and tornado coverage. So, anyways, get started. Let me just share my screen here. So here's what we're looking at for the tropical weather. Actually, is there a better way we can do? Maybe split, and then that can be. Alright, so here's what we're looking at for tropical weather. We have this one area to watch here. 80% chance of development in the next 48 hours and 9% chance of development in 7 days. To be honest, I'm surprised they didn't recognize this as a potential tropical cyclone at around 5 p.m. Eastern. But this is a tropical wave. It's soon going to become a area of low pressure, and it could bring some impacts to Dominican Republic, Haiti, Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, with some heavy rainfall that could cause some flooding and some mudslides in places. And then as it moves to the Bahamas, it could cause some tropical storm force winds. And then as it moves to the southeastern United States, towards like Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, it could bring some tropical storm force to hurricane force winds. I think tomorrow we'll have more information on that. So post-tropical cyclone Gabriel is now post-tropical, but still expected to bring hurricane force winds and storm surge to the Azores later tonight and into Friday. Let's look at the forecast cone. Did they cancel the? No, they still have hurricane warnings. So even though it's extra tropical, normally they cancel all the tropical alerts. This is weird. So they are still expecting hurricane force winds and storm surge in the Azores, and we could see some rip currents, maybe some heavy rainfall. And then eventually it will make landfall in like Spain as an extratropical storm there before it eventually weakens and dissipates to the south of that. We have Humberto. It's still strengthening. Looking at the latest forecast advisory. Let's see if anything has changed. Still expecting a 105 knot or 2 or 100 mile an hour peak with wind gusts up to 150 miles an hour. Looking at the forecast cone, you can see it could get somewhat close to land. Shouldn't get super close to land, but maybe just enough to bring some current there. It's very similar to an Aaron type track, except it formed further to the west here. How do they choose a name for hurricanes? So basically, there's a thing called the World Meteorological Organization, the WMO, and basically they come up with hurricane names every year, and different countries submit their own hurricane names based on their basin. Like In the Western Pacific, obviously the countries are different, but in the Eastern Pacific, the Atlantic, and then they select the best names out of all of them, and they also retire names based on country requests and also based on the damage and fatalities. So hopefully that answered your question. Anyways, Humberto, looking at the wind speed probabilities, we could be seeing tropical storm force winds. If this curves a little further to the east, we could see tropical storm force winds of Bermuda a little to the west. And we could see those tropical storm force winds on the coast of North Carolina, Virginia, into Delaware. I just want to look at the rip currents map on this. No, the rip currents. I just want to look at the rip currents real quick. We could see some low to moderate rip current impacts there. What's the deadliest hurricane in U.S. history? I believe. Let me search it up. I know it's one of probably either it's probably 1900s. I think of Galveston hurricane. The deadliest hurricane, yeah. Oh, the Great Hurricane of 1980 or 1780. Over 2,200 deaths. Alright. And the deadliest tropical cyclone of all was it made landfall in modern day Bangladesh, and it killed 200,000 people or something, or 300,000. Still the deadliest tropical cyclone ever. And then we obviously have tropical storm Hurricane Nard actually is expected to gradually strength. It's expected to become a Category 2 hurricane again, but for gradually weakening there. Looking at the forecast cone. Never mind, I guess. We'll just move on to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Neogari is pretty much extratropical at this point. What's the difference between a hurricane and typhoon? Hurricanes occur in the northern Atlantic and central and eastern Pacific Ocean, while typhoons occur in the western Pacific Ocean, and everywhere else were called cyclones of the northern Indian Ocean, southern Indian Ocean, and the southern Pacific Ocean. And also in the Australian area here, we're also called cyclones. We do have tropical storm Buoli, I think it's pronounced. This is actually going to maintain its intensity as it moves over the Philippines before it strengthens into a typhoon and eventually makes landfall in Vietnam. It's going to travel a little bit south of where Regasa it was here. And you can see eventually it'll move inland and dissipate over there, maybe over Myanmar, probably over Laos there. Anyways, looking at the current satellite imagery, here's the remnants of Gabriel. What did I do? There you go. Oh my goodness. If this loads, I will show it. You can see it has been moving east. You can't really see much of its rotation anymore just because of how fast it's moving. Still some good convection, but it's been losing that convection over the last few hours. And now it's extra tropical here. Oh no, do I have it set for oh, I have it set for let me just fix that. So you can see over the last several hours it's been losing its convection. And now it's an extratropical cyclone. Here's Humberto. you can see it is strengthening gradually. Thank you all for joining my stream. Remember to like this stream, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends and families for more updates and live streams in the future, so that more people can stay updated, and so that YouTube will push my videos and live streams out to more people. I won't be surprised if Humberto is a little bit stronger than 50 miles an hour, or is going to be stronger at the next advisory. It has been gradually intensifying throughout the day. I don't think it's rapidly intensifying, but it could eventually. I just want to see it with the models. Think of Humberto here, the intensity. A lot of them have it becoming a category 3 now. Others just have it being a category 1 or category 2. And then a few have it being a category 4. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually gets to category 4 peak. Here's Hurricane Narda. You can see not the best convection, and not as well organized as it was, but it's going to get a little bit better organized before it rapidly gets unorganized. It might be starting to weaken a little bit here. It might not even make it back to category 2. Here's Bueoli. You can see a lot of good convection on this. The only reason it isn't strengthening as much is because it doesn't really have a lot of time to it. In fact, I think it's already made landfall here. But it should maintain its intensity, because you can see it still has very good convection, and as long as it keeps that convection, it should maintain its intensity. And here's 94L. You can see not the best organized, but I'm surprised they did put it as a potential tropical cyclone. They probably will once it forms into an area of low pressure later. But you can see we do have a little bit of counterclockwise spin there, maybe starting up, which could signify that this may form into an area of low pressure soon. Anyways, I am going to get the severe weather, the radar dip. I'm gonna pull up the radar real quick. Let me just do this. First, I'm going to show the Storm Prediction Center outlook. So you can see here today we have a marginal risk of severe weather across much of the northeast into the mid-Atlantic and to the southeast. Arguably, they should have gone 5% tornado risk for today, but we still have quite decently large 2% tornado risk. And we actually have 44.5 million people under that, mainly because of New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. Looking at wind risk for today, we have a 5% wind risk across that area. We also have a 5% wind risk across southwestern New Mexico, eastern into northwestern Arizona, and southeastern Nevada. Also across southwestern Utah. But our hair risk for today, mainly just across parts of Arizona. And after today, we do have a small marginal risk of severe weather for tomorrow. No tornado risk, 5% wind risk and hail risk. But after this, it shouldn't really be concerning. I'm just going to look at the radar to see if we need to do any severe weather coverage. Doesn't look like we have much out there. Yeah. I think I'll just stick to the tropics for now. What else can I talk about in the tropics? Did I cover? Did I cover the Eastern Pacific? There's not any areas of interest out there. It's interesting how they say it's post-tropical rather than extratropical here. Anyways, thank you all for joining my stream. Remember to like this stream, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends and family so they can stay informed, so that YouTube will push us out to more people, and so that I know you guys like these kind of videos, and that's so I can will do more updates and live streams in the future. And now we have 5 viewers. Remember that every 10 likes I get, I will do the gritty. So please like this stream if you want to see me do the gritty. And if you just joined, remember to like the stream, subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends and family for more future updates and live streams. Anyways, I think I might start severe weather coverage eventually. We don't have a lot right now, but maybe we might see a few tornadoes today. Not really sure. Seems like a messy storm mode right now. We do have a couple isolated storms in southern Delaware, but I'm not too concerned about that. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. Let's see. Ooh. Water spouts possible off the coast of northwestern Puerto Rico. Which direction is that moving? To the north. Oh yeah, you can actually see that. And I think this is associated with our invest. I think the central low is actually located over the Dominican Republic. Because, let me just do some stuff real quick. I just need to activate my screencasting, so that way there we go. Alright, now I have the screencast on in case we need to do any severe weather coverage. But doesn't seem like we're going to have to. Maybe I'll just do a Blooket in the meantime or something like that, since we don't really have much to talk about, because I really already covered the tropics. Let's see, let me get a Blooket set up here. So it's kind of like Kahoot. You can scan the QR code, you go to Blooket.com and join the and join with the code. If make sure your username is not your real name, but make sure it's also appropriate. And alright, let's see. Oh, we have 6 viewers now. whoever just joined, welcome to the stream. Remember to like this stream, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends and family for more future updates and live streams. I'm just getting something set up here. Open they left. Well, that's sad. Blooket is currently under maintenance. Bro, if to do Kahoot. Well, I guess I'm doing a Kahoot instead. This should be easier to join. Let me just get logged in here. And now we should be logged in. Oh, wait, why is it over here? There we go. We should be logged in now to Kahoot. And I'll get the code up on the screen soon. What do you mean? Can I not get into Kahoot? Oh, because I bet you it's under... What else am I supposed to do? Bro, just let me sign into Kahoot. I'm trying to log in. Bro. Let me just... Do I not have a... Are you joking? Do I not have a... Oh. Bro. Just let me log into Kahoot. I can't even log into Kahoot. I think I'm just gonna end the stream here since I don't really have anything to talk about. Thank you all for joining in, and goodbye.